Well, here we still are in the hub of inactivity, such as the Strasbourg European Parliament building. And we've had an interesting time, mind you, and there's folks wandering around and getting photographs, getting souvenir photographs of the icons of democracy here. And I'm going to try and find one or two people to tell us what they think of the day so far and what they've learnt from the experiences that they've had here. Sir, can I ask you who you are and where you're from?
Yes, certainly. My name is Roy Waghorn. I'm from Essex in England. This is the first time I've been here. I'm absolutely amazed at the waste of money I've seen here, the pointlessness of the whole building, the people here, unelected. They do not debate anything at all. I think it's just a cash cow for the few. It's not doing people any good at all. In fact, I think it's doing a great deal of harm.
Well, we've just spent a few minutes in the debating chamber, and I figured out of 765 seats there were, 20 taken possibly?
Maximum. What a waste of space they really are, in my opinion.
But we're still paying for 765 bottoms indeed, to sit there.
Indeed. It's disgraceful, isn't it?
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you.
Point well made.
Thank you.
I think over here we find the familiar face of Councillor Richard Perry, and I wonder if we might persuade him against all his natural inclinations to say a word or two about what he's thought of today's little visit here.
I've quite enjoyed myself. It's always nice to visit other cultures and peoples rather than them visit us permanently. I've enjoyed myself and seen where all our taxpayers' money goes in this vast, expensive, huge building.
Could you see yourself as a political exile here then?
Well, I could see myself. I'd love to get elected here and throw a big spanner in the works. I'd love to do that.
Well, that's the thought for the coming May, I hope. And we have a fine fellow here. Can I ask you your name and where you're from, sir?
Milton Ellis from Mid Wales.
And what have you picked up from this trip to the Strasbourg Parliament today?
It's been an eye opener. Let's see the models behind here. It's a great big carbuncle. It's the Tower of Babel. You know, it's a huge bureaucracy. You know, and we're paying taxpayers' money for it. You know.
Well, the Lord destroyed the Tower of Babel. Do you think we need to wait for him to do something about this particular tower, or should we do something ourselves?
Well, we should do something ourselves. You know, we should do our bits. You know.
And perhaps voting in the coming May elections might be a good way to start.
Definitely.
And where would you suggest that our voters put their X?
BNP.
Good man.
Thank you.
Moving on, and can I ask you your name, sir?
I'm Ryan, and I'm from Darby. Yeah.
And what do you feel? What experiences will you take back to Darby from your trip to Strasbourg?
Well, I've been going around the Parliament, and personally, there are not many people here, which is quite surprising. You know, we're paying about 35 million a day, and I expect to see a lot of activity. But I've just been in a debating chamber, and it wasn't full, which was quite surprising. So I expected to see more MEPs debating and trying to, change things. But
765 seats in that chamber, I think. About how many people were debating, would you say?
Well, it's hard to estimate. Probably about 30 people seated from my position, which is really shocking. You know, there's a lot of terrible things happening at the moment. Crisis with the Eurozone, riots, particularly in Greece at the moment and in the Ukraine, and I think politicians, MEPs, should be acting upon this, which they're not. Yeah.
Absolutely right. And here we are in a large part of the building, and were it not for our little party here, there's not a soul to be seen, yet every light is blazing away, every corridor is lit, every office is lit, and no doubt in a minute we'll be debating climate change caused by carbon emissions, won't we?
It's completely ironic, isn't it? I mean, we've had this climate change agenda thrown at us all the time, but as you've seen, there's so many lights going on around here, and it just seems completely wasteful. So, yeah.
So if we can use a biblical word, hypocrites.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Good, thank you.
So I wonder, do you have a moment to talk to us?
I do, yes.
Can I ask you who you are and where you're from?
I'm Martin Vaughn from South Tyneside. I represent the North East for the European seat. It's been a fascinating day, interesting. I found in the chamber it demonstrates the multi-millions and millions of pounds that's absolutely just being wasted absolute waste. I mean, they're debating issues about China, which, yes, I know there's human rights issues not going on in China, but let's face it, we've got issues a hell of a lot more close to home that need addressing. And, you know, when you look at the millions of pounds what's being thrown at that, it's just an absolute waste.
Would you have any pointers for the parliamentarians here?
Just say good luck to everybody who's going to try and get elected in May. That's probably best.
Well, I think we'll go for that.
Okay, thanks.
€30 here is Martin's subsidy for his dinner because the restaurants are shut in the biggest institution in Europe.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Eat it or drink it or
no, I'm
put
not
it in
going
the
to drink it. I'm going to put the taxpayers' money to good use.
Enjoy your spending.
I'll enjoy mine.
They could be around forever.
30. Getting some of my taxpayers' money back. Yes. Do you have 70?
Okay. That's a good deal, that.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that's right. That is a 20. That's maths there. Thank you. Do you
Give us your 50, I'm going to give you 20, mate. Because you don't have bill notes.
Thank you very much. No change. €30. Enjoy your dinner. There's your 100. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
You got Harry's number?
Is your
Yes,
logo
sir.
in your pay?
You've had yours.
I have not. Listen, thank you very much indeed.
I'm collecting
You
on
don't
behalf.
deserve none.
I'm collecting
It's on camera now, remember.
Yeah.
I'm collecting on
Sorry,
behalf
it should
of
be.
Austin,
There's Austin.
who's in the European Union toilets that cost millions of pounds. And as far as I'm concerned, it's
all
money.
flashed?
It's money well spent because it's the only place they know what they're doing in.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for taking part in that mini discussion, and the BNP is about to leave the building. Thank you for your attention.